Hey everyone, I hope you're doing great. Welcome to this new training series where I'll walk you through how we built a complete automation system using n8n, one that can publish your content across different social media platforms. We've put together a complete workflow that supports posting to Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and more. Basically all the major platforms. And don't worry, you won't need to log into each app and set up complicated settings. Instead, we'll use one API that handles all the connections in the background. This workflow is inspired by an automation setup originally created by a French developer. We've adapted it to make it easy for everyone. This training is designed so anyone can follow along. No technical skills required. I'll guide you through every step, creating nodes, setting them up, importing the workflow, and running it. You'll also get the full workflow file, step-by-step documentation, all the config files I use, and yes, it's all completely free. You'll find the download link in the description. I'll also show you how to import everything directly into n8n, so you don't need to rebuild it from scratch, unless you want to. Alright, let's jump in. First, we'll create your n8n account, import the workflow, and get everything running from A to Z. Let's get started. In this whole process, we need to do three main things. 1. Create a n8n account. 2. Sign in to Blotato's account and connect your social media account to Blotato's API. 3. Create a Google Sheet to fetch data for uploading. So step 1, log in to n8n.com and sign in. Once you signed in, you got this window, Create New Workflow. So here I'm going to click on Create New Workflow. And you'll see there's a little button here called Import from File. So I click here and I'm going to point to the workflow that I downloaded. When you see it, this is the file that I just shared with you. You just have to open it and there you have your workflow. This is very important. When you open it for the first time, of course, and this is completely normal, you need to add some configurations, such as your own file from Excel or Google Sheet. I'll show you step by step how you're going to update them and how you're going to create them. But here I'm going to take the opportunity to run this workflow to show you how the system works. So here is my Google Sheet where I just put the description, title, URL and styles of the video, and I want this video to be published on my social networks. So how do I do it? As soon as I put a go here, that means I really want it to work. So my workflow, when I click on execute, you'll see it actually detected the video here, and in a few seconds it's actually going to share it on all networks. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Threads, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, and so there it is. And even if I go back to the file here, it'll give me a down arrow, and if I go to check if it really sent it or not, I find it. It's just been added to the social networks, as you can see here. So it tells me that there it is. A few seconds, and even if I check, I'll actually find that this video has just been added. Here, Instagram, here we go. There, it's YouTube, so it's the video here. There, it's the X network, so the video there is TikTok, so it's just been added, as you can see. So I'm going to walk you through it step by step. You simply had to follow the creation process because I'm going to start from a blank page and help you configure it. So now I'm going to start. I click here, and then I'll type schedule. You'll see that it will give me this node, which is called schedule. So I click here and you'll see that it will actually ask me to configure it. If I want it to be every hour, I do this. If I want it to be every day, every week, every month, it all depends on my needs. So to keep it simple, I'll set it to be triggered every day, and I want, whether it's for example at 11 p.m. So here I have my first system, which is there. I always record. So now I would need to check a Google Sheet. And in this file, well, Excel, where there's a Google Sheet, it all depends on your connection. To put it simply, we're going to create a Google Sheet file. We're going to check if we have content ready to be published or not. So every day at 11 p.m., the system will check a file to see if there is content ready to be sent to social networks. So first, I'm going to show you the automatic detection of videos to publish via Google Sheets file that I created. Well, quite simply, you can do the same thing. It's a Google Sheet. I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 columns. In the first column, in fact, I put information related to my video, related to my information. So here I have the idea here. I have the description here, I have the URL of the video here, I have the title, and I have the status. So in relation to this step, I would actually need these three, or let's say the 4 pieces of information. These 4 pieces of information. Why? Because the description is what I'm going to put in the message with the video. The URL, of course, is the video that I'm going to share. The title, as you know, on social networks like TikTok and YouTube, I need a title, and the status is to say whether this video has been published or not. Or do I give the system the green light to run a video? Because in this file, I can create multiple videos, and here are the videos. Sometimes I may not want to publish them, or I may simply wait for confirmation. So that's not all that will exist in this file. We're going to run it. So here we are. We'll create a little protocol. So if here in the status there is simply the word go, that's it. To write it in capital letters. That means that I am ready to launch this video. Once the video is distributed, it can change it to done. And if it's empty, for example, or I can write something else, it means that it is being verified. That's my protocol. So here is the Excel file. You can create it, you can update it, and you will simply call this file in our workflow. So how do I do it? I will click here. I will simply put Google Sheet. That's my Google Sheet. And this time we will actually do the get command. So you will see there, get roles. That means that it will actually read the files that are in my Google Sheets account. So obviously here I have my connection. That's very important. The node is already connected, that I've successfully connected with my Gmail, that I have my client ID here to do it. So now the system is connected. So I'm going to ask it to connect. So you'll see there, it's going to ask me where I want to retrieve it from. So the file, obviously here, you're going to select the file that you created so that it can simply read it. So here for me, I'm going to click here. So here I have several files. The one I'm interested in is this one. Then in this file, I only have one sheet, so which is called auto posting video. So there I simply go and select it. Here we go, select video. Here it's very important to add a filter to give the workflow go ahead to move to next step. So we put a filter on our status column and set the value to go. In combined filter, select the AND option. So it can only execute the file that has the status of go. Now we need to create a node that connects all of our social media channels. And you'll see that I'm actually going to look for edit thread. It's this one actually. So when I enter here, you'll see I'm going to switch to JSON mode, and there I'm going to give you a code that you're going to copy and paste from my documentation. So I'm going to copy this code and paste it here. I'm going to explain to you step by step what it consists of. So you'll see that here we're actually adding, for Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, there are 7 networks, right? For these 7 networks, we're adding what we call IDs. That's all. We're just adding the IDs. And how to add the IDs? That's very important. That's why I'm actually using a tool that gives me an API that allows me to connect to all networks at once. This API, honestly, is a very nice discovery because thanks to this API, it's an API that I'm going to give you the link to, so to go directly to create an account on Blotato, which is very interesting. What interests us is learning the API and what this app will allow us to do. Of course, it's paid version that allows us to incorporate APIs into n8n platform. And the best thing is that this app is unlimited, which means that it won't actually force us to use it either once, twice, or 4 times. No, it's unlimited, and that's what makes it a strong point. Just log in, and you'll find yourself on this page. You'll go to settings here and there. In settings, when you see it, there's the option to connect all these networks. So to connect them, it's simple. Click here. And if you have Facebook, for example, when you click here, it will automatically detect your Facebook account, and it will also offer you the option to select a page. Each page will have its own ID, so you can add it. We'll see some accounts, and we'll obviously see them one by one. They're operational, they're connected, and you'll see that I can retrieve what we call the IDs. So what you're going to do, for example, is connect YouTube. I'll simply copy it here to retrieve this ID. I'll go back to my workflow. Obviously for you, you're going to create your own IDs, you're going to retrieve them from there, so there you go. When you click, it's going to copy. Once you've simply copied all this data and they're configured here. That's it. When I click on execute, you'll see it's going to give me the output, in fact, the information like this. So now we have to create a node that uploads the video from original link to Blotato platform so it can send to our social media to upload to all of our platforms. For that, click here and search for HTTP request. Rename it to upload videos to Blotato. Select method to post, and in URL section copy this URL that I shared in my document and paste here. Leave authentication and other segment and check on send headers and select using fields below and copy this URL and paste. For value, it's the unique value of your Blotato's platform, and for that go to Blotato and copy value from there. Now check the send header from body content type, select JSON, and from specify body select using fields below. In body parameters, put name as URL and put the link from our Google Sheet in value section and press execute and see it's good to go. So now we have to set up our socials node one by one and connect it to Blotato's node so it can upload videos to all of our platform, and for that make a copy of our Blotato's node and change the values in it. Like this, copy and paste the node, rename it to Instagram. In URL section, copy the Instagram config from the document and paste here. Leave everything as is and in specific body. This time we'll select using JSON, and you see there is two options, fixed and expression. Select expression and you can see there is a small upscale icon here. Click on it and paste the value of Instagram configuration from document here. Close this, and now we have to connect this node to Blotato's node so it can upload video to our Instagram node and just replace the values. Remove text against account ID and click on social media IDs, and from here you can drag and drop your Instagram ID, same as remove text from text ID. Click on Google Sheet section and drag and drop your description here. Do same for the media URL and drag link from Google Sheet URL section. Click again on Instagram node and let's test by clicking execute step. Wait for a while to execute the node successfully, and here it's executed successfully. Let's check our Instagram if our video is there or not, and boom, our video is published. If your video isn't there, just wait for a while or refresh your page to see your published video. Let's create another node for YouTube. Simply duplicate the Instagram node, connect it to Blotato's node, double-click the node and replace the values in JSON expression. Select expression, and you can see there is a small upscale icon here. Click on it and paste the value of YouTube configuration from document here and just replace the values. Remove text against account ID and click on social media IDs. And from here you can drag and drop your YouTube ID, same as remove text from text ID. Click on Google Sheet section and drag and drop your description here. Do same for the media URL and drag link from Google Sheet URL section. For YouTube, you also have to replace the title as YouTube video requires title. So it's done. Click on execute step and see it's successfully executed and your video is uploaded to YouTube. It's pretty much simple step we have to repeat for all of our social media handles. Just duplicate the node and replace the values. So as you can see, we set up all of our social media nodes. Now we have to set up a last node that completes our process. This node is basically update our Google Sheet after uploading videos to all of our social media channels. So for that, we'll search for Google Sheet and select update row in sheet. A window will pop up, leave everything as is. And from document section, select from list, select your document and specified sheet in column to match on section, select row number, and in values to update section, just drag and drop row number from Google Sheet link, and in status column, type done. So it'll mark as done in your Google Sheet once all the files are uploaded on social media accounts. Click on execute step to test and see it's changed from go to done in our Google Sheet. And that's it. You've now seen how to use n8n and Blotato to automate posting across multiple social media platforms, saving you hours of manual work every week. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more automation tutorials, and let me know in the comments what platform you're most excited to automate next. All the links, including the workflow, setup docs, and free tools, are in the description below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.